So I love the fact that you actually have the support of your wife and your family. For people that are listening, can you talk a little bit about how important that is and what role or what advice you have for somebody who might be getting a little resistance, which I understand because there's fear and they just don't understand. But I love hearing a little bit about how you guys work together.
Sure. Yeah. So when we met, I didn't know anything about real estate. I didn't have any ambitions to become a real estate investor or even wealthy. I mean, we were both, raised lower middle class. And when I started getting into real estate, I started reading books about it. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I did all this stuff. And I even bought myself a house, like our very first house. I bought it before we got married, and I just bought myself a house, rented out all the bedrooms, kind of house hacked it that way. And, she was just kind of at the time like, okay, well, that's weird, but, whatever. I'm glad he's ambitious. But then she didn't get it. Like, she didn't understand what I was doing. Nobody really did. Like my parents, we were all, most lower income people are raised that rich people are bad. Right. So even my own parents weren't really big on what I was doing. Like, my dad told me I was going to end up homeless if I continued down this path. Anyway, so the way I got my wife on board is because not that I needed her to, I didn't need her to work with me necessarily. I think a lot of people, when they're looking at why their spouse won't support them, they think my spouse won't work with me on this. Well, you have a different life. You're different people. If you don't want to work with them, fine, let them do their thing. You do your thing. But the support is everything, right? Like, having their, at least, I believe in you and I support you in this. And the way that I got that is, I think you need buy-in, because they need to understand the mindset. I think trying to get your spouse in the right mindset is so key. And me and Heather weren't in the same mindset to begin with. So I remember asking her to read Rich Dad Poor Dad, because that changed my mindset in such a phenomenal way. And she wouldn't read it. And I don't read business books. I don't want to read that. That looks boring. So the way I got her to read it is I offered to make a trade. I would read any book she wanted me to read, no matter what it is. I would read any book if she'd read Rich Dad Poor Dad. So we made the trade, and she read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I read Twilight. So Team Edward. And I think I read the whole series, actually, to get her to read it. And it got her in the mindset. She got it. She's like, I get it. I understand what you're doing now. And from that moment on, she was on board. And so there has been hundreds of nights where we're painting a rental unit at 3 a.m, just trying to get it ready for the next tenants that are moving in the next morning. And she took over. We found things that she liked, and we found things she didn't like. And so we just catered the business to the things that she liked. She actually really enjoyed the systems and the business behind property management. So she read every book on property management. She built out an amazing system and processes and rules and everything. And she got really into it. So we leaned into that. We leaned into the things that she was good at and liked doing, and took away the things she didn't like doing. And that's kind of how we've worked ever since.